Hello, and welcome to tonight's live video. I am so excited to be here tonight with you guys to show you how we can take the consumable supplies from one card and make it the way it was intended, and then switch it out and make it entirely different by just swapping out the stamp set. So we're going to use one current stamp set that you can buy in the online store right now, and we're going to go through my stash, and I pulled out the Simply Sparkling bundle to use for the second one. So for those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Denise Cox. I am the heart and hands behind Bird's Nest Designs, a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and most importantly, I just love coming here live to stamp and inspire all of you. So say hello when you join me live, or if you're catching the replay, I'd love to know who's here stamping with me. Hello, Gail. Hi, Jennifer. I hope that the sound is good this time and the video appears to be okay. So leave me a comment if it's all good on your end. Hi, Tina. Nice to see you. Last week was my first time coming live in 4 months. And so there were lots of technical gremlins coming out, and all the things happened, but tonight it looks like everything so far so good. So here we go. All right, so as I said, we're going to be using the Thoughtful Octopus is a stamp set I've chosen for the current version. And then we're gonna bust into our stash and we're gonna use the Simply Sparkling for the second card. So if you guys have followed me or watched some of my videos, you'll know that I am passionate about using what we already have. I love to take something out of my retired collection and make it into something new. So that's what we're going to do tonight. But before we get into the crafting, I just want to give you guys a little heads up that you're going to want to hang around till the end of tonight's video, because I've got something in my heart and on my mind that I want to share with all of you guys that I feel is going to be really, really exciting. So stay tuned till the end after our crafting and I'll talk more about what that is. Jennifer's asking if it's hot where we are. No, it's 22 degrees. It's not cold by any means, but it's definitely not hot. Fall is already in the air, it feels like, here in Saskatchewan. So today I spent most of my morning in the kitchen canning. I was making relish and pickles and all the things, and then I spent some time in the garden. Then I did my day job, and now I'm finally here to craft with all of you. Hi, Jackie from Montana. Nice to see you. All right, so are we excited to get to stamping? I know I am, so I hope that you guys feel the same. So grab something yummy to drink, get comfy, and let's turn the camera down and do a little stamping. All right, so here is the card we're going to create first. Isn't this sweet? I love this Thoughtful Octopus. Now, if that's not your jam and he's not something that you're totally gravitating towards, that's okay, because as I mentioned, we're going to do a second card using the same supplies, and we're going to swap it out for Simply Sparkling. My goal here is that I want to show you that you're not limited by your supplies. You're only limited to your imagination. So let your imagination flow, and we can use something completely different to make a really awesome card. Alrighty, now here we go. We are going to start with this first one. So I'm going to get just a few supplies ready here. All right, so I've got a little piece of grid paper, and you can see, right, both stacks of supplies are exactly the same. And we're using a really cool color combo tonight. So if you're familiar with Stampin' Up, the colors are Pool Party, Peaceful Pine, and Berry Burst. I think they're so fun together. Yeah, so okay, let's do our stamping first. So on our octopus card, we are going to need our scallop circle. And so that came from the Scallop Blooms dies. These are also current in the store if you're interested. Hi, Kathy. So nice to see you. Okay, so we've got that, and then I've got a little scrap piece here. This feels actually, you know what? That feels like basic white, or yeah, basic white thick, and I don't want thick, so I'm just gonna grab another piece out of my collection here. Okay. All right, so we've got a scrap piece. I know it's a very big scrap, but that's okay. It's a scrap nonetheless. And then we have our insert. So let's stamp first. For this card, I'm going to be using 4 different, well, black, of course. We always like to use black. I'm going to use Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. And I'm going to use Peaceful Pine and Crisp Cantaloupe from the new In Colors. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our Pool Party. And we're going to need a blending brush. Okay, so we're going to take this blending brush. And we're just going to get some Pool Party on there. And then we're just going to brush like 2/3 of this circle. And it doesn't have to be a lot. We're just going to put a little bit, just so we have a little bit of color. I don't want it to be stark white. Okay, I'll set that aside because we're going to need this for the second card as well. All right, so now that we have that on there, we're going to stamp our sea foliage here. So for that, I'm going to take Coastal Cabana, and we want this little stamp right here. So you guys keep those comments coming as we're stamping, because I love to communicate and interact with you as we go. Ask any questions, comments, anything like that. Okay, so we're going to use this little one here, and we're just going to stamp it once, and then we're going to do the second generation and kind of, so it looks like there's kind of a shadow. Can you see that? And we're just going to do this a few times along the bottom of our scallop. And vary the heights a little bit, give it some interest, some, you know, something fun to look at. Okay, so that's good enough for this one. Then we're going to swap out the colors, and we're going to now use Peaceful Pine. Remember, these are that fabulous new ink pads that Stampin' Up's come out with. If you're familiar with Close to My Heart, these are just like the Close to My Heart old ones. It's the same design. Okay, so we're going to stamp this grass now in the same fashion. We're going to take it once here, and then we're just going to move it and kind of shadow it. And just add some depth here on the bottom of our card. And maybe we'll have one more kind of just coming in off the corner there. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. All right. So there's the bottom, kind of the bottom design of our scallop circle. We're going to set that off to the side, and then we're going to grab our insert now. Let me remind myself which one was their insert. This one here, and I got some ink on it, so we'll flip that over. So for the inside of the card, I don't like the cards to be naked inside, right? So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to re-stamp some of that foliage on the inside too. Okay. Kind of like this. Maybe we do want one of those green ones as well. All right. Okay, so there's that for the inside, and we'll come along later and stamp a sentiment in there. Now, this is our scrap piece. Remember, it's a bit large, but it's okay. It'll work. So now I'm going to use Crisp Cantaloupe, and we're going to stamp our sweet little octopus. So actually, what I'm going to do, because this is like a rather large image and it's very solid, our octopus, I'm actually going to bring in my Stampy helper. This guy right here, okay? So never mind, don't mind the lights ahead of me. It's going to show you some. Oh, we got it upside down here. Okay. So I've just got this in here. I've got my paper with my magnets. And then, how many of you watching have used this fun little tool or seen it live? It's really quite fun to use. I actually like it quite a bit more than I like the whatever that Stamparatus. Is that what we had before? Stamparatus? Yes. Okay. So we're just going to stick our stamp down here. We're going to put our tray on top, We're going to push to pick up that stamp. Oh my. Okay. That wasn't supposed to happen, but that's okay. We'll just go with it. It's all right. Alrighty. So you guys still with me? The quiet comments are quiet. I hope you're just so enthralled with this fun card we're making. Okay, so I'm going to take my plate now and I'm going to put it over here so you don't have so much light. I'm going to take the ink, and for this one I am going to kind of twist. And then I'm going to put it down here, and then we're going to push it down. Now the reason I wanted to do it on here is because when I lift it off, carefully so it doesn't stick here. If it didn't stamp all the way, which it did, but if it hadn't, I could go over it again and re-ink it so that I'm going to have a really nice, crisp, solid image. But this one worked out perfectly the first time, so we don't have to do that. So we'll just pop that on over, and then we'll get back to our octopus here. So then we're going to put the ink lid back on the ink. And then I'm going to grab my tuxedo black. Now I am still using the Memento. I love it. So I haven't transitioned to the new one. But now I need the little face. And I know I put it on a block somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we've got the little face for the octopus. And we're going to stamp that. Ooh. Right there. Okay, now let's cut this guy out. So this one does not have a die. It's not a bundle. Stampin' Up just released the stamp, and that's totally okay. Sometimes I love that because honestly, it's a little easier on the budget, and it's not it's not that difficult to cut it out. You can be as fussy as you want, or you can just, you know, go around the edges. So we're going to start with the edges, and then we'll see how it goes. I like to leave a little bit of white space, and as you can see, when you're fussy cutting, not die cutting, or fussy cutting, if you turn the paper rather than your scissors, you actually have a lot more control, and it does, for me anyway, it does make it quite a bit easier to do this. So, my paper's a bit big. I'm just going to get rid of this extra paper here. So what do you guys think? Those of you who are here live with me, or if you're catching the replay, let me know then too. What do you think of this sweet little octopus? Is it something that you have in your collection or would consider adding? Or would you be grabbing for something a little different to swap it out? Oh, Gail's reading Remarkably Bright Creatures. You know what? We watched that movie not a couple weeks ago, and it was so awesome. I really, really liked it. I have not read the book, but I did watch the movie. Okay. Oh my goodness, my scissors are getting stuck. I'm a little out of practice, you guys. Come on. Okay, let's just get this going here. I'm going to show you two ways. Okay, so I'm going to show you just cutting around the edge because a lot of people don't really love fussy cutting. It seems to be one of those things, either you love it or you hate it. Well, sometimes I guess there is the option that you just do it because it's there. Oh, Kathy loves fussy cutting. That's good. I do too most times, but I do feel like I'm a little out of practice right now. Okay, so this would be if you just wanted to do the basics and just cut around your octopus. However, if you look in mine here, I did cut around all his little tentacles, okay? And the difference is going to be that, see, when I put that on there, you won't see behind here. So what I am going to do, at the very least, is I am going to cut in here, okay? So we're going to cut, oh goodness, I got a little close there. I see lots of comments coming in. I will catch them up as soon as I'm finished fussy cutting. I worry if I turn my head to look at the screen, I'm going to cut one of these right off, and we don't want that. Okay. Oh my. This one is, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this one is a little tricky for fussy cutting, but it's worth it because he's so darn cute. Okay, there's that. And then we'll go inside these ones as well. Oof, okay. All right, last one, and then we're going to go to this. On the second card, there's dies, so we don't have to do any of this fussy cutting on the next one. And I should have, I guess, in hindsight, I could have had one already fussy cut out for you guys, but it's okay. We can chitter chatter and catch up while we're doing this. Okay, there we go. So I'm not going to bother cutting out in here. Absolutely, you could if you wanted to. But as you see here, you're going to just see the white behind it anyway. So I think we're going to be fine. All right. Yes, there's lots to choose from in the catalog. I know. And that's the thing, right? But I'm going to show you. If you don't have this guy, just swap it out. It's okay. We can use something we have in our collection. All right, now I'm going to take another little piece of this scrap, and I want my Berry Burst ink pad, which, where did I put it? I put it over here. Okay, so we're going to use Berry Burst, and we need that sweet little hat. Here it is, right here. Okay. Oh, Jennifer, yes, I do still have my 2 cats and my 2 dogs. I locked them out of here tonight, though, because last week, Cleo, one of the cats, jumped, or sorry, Chloe, it was Chloe, she jumped right up onto my table just as I was starting the video, so I did not allow them to come in here today. All right, there's our little hat. All right, now we can assemble this fabulous card. So let's put this all over here. We don't need this. Okay, so we're going to take our pool party cardstock, card base, and we're going to fold it in half. And then, if I forget to give you guys the measurements tonight, don't worry. It'll be on my blog when it goes live. And speaking of my blog, I hope that you guys, if you're on my email list, saw that I've redesigned my entire website all by myself. Something I've never done before, but it was really a fun experience and I really enjoyed doing it. So head on over to createwithbirdsnest.ca and check it out. Let me know what you think. But anyway, the blog post will be up there. All the measurements, supply lists, all the fun things will be on there for you. So this is from our Bloom paper. We used this last week too, this paper, but this time we're using the B side. So we're going to put this down. I like this one because it kind of looks like waves in the water. So again, we're using Pool Party with Peaceful Pine and Berry Burst as our color combo. We're going to take our circle that we already stamped on, and we're going to adhere that down as well. And we're going to put it like sort of center. All right, then we're going to take our octopus that we've cut out, and we're going to need some bumpets for this one. So just put the bumpets behind wherever they're going to fit. Don't worry if all his little legs aren't bumped up. It's totally fine. They can just be hanging out there. They're not going to go anywhere. All right, so we're going to take this cute little octopus and we're going to stick this guy like this. And then we're going to want a little baby bump here so that we can put that behind the little hat. And then we're just going to kind of stick that over his head just like that. Oh my gosh, is he not so cute? Okay, so now we're going to do our little sentiment. And in this stamp set, I loved some of the words. Where did I put the stamp? There it is. So we've got many things. If I could hug you with 8 arms, I would. I love that. You occupy my thoughts, sending lots of love, and many happy wishes on your birthday. We're going to use that one because I'm always needing birthday cards. So we're going to use that one. And I'm going to use my black ink. We're going to stamp it towards the left side of our berry burst here. And then if you're lucky enough to have the banner punch, this guy here, it is retired, but as I said, bust into your stash. I love to use things I already have, and this is one of my favorites. We're going to use this to punch the banner at the end. Oh my goodness. At the end here. Okay. It's going crooked. All right, there we go. So now this little guy, now we're going to, oh, we need some ribbon. Oh, my desk is looking very, very, very cluttery right now. All right. So tell me, you guys, are you, when you're sitting down to craft, if you were to have the whole, say, morning to craft, I'd say day, but how realistic is that always? But say you had like hours to craft, let's say, and you were making card after card, would you just let the mess build around you? Or are you the kind of crafter like me who cleans up as you go? So after every single card, I clean my desk and start over. I'd love to know what your crafting style is, because for me, I can't think properly if I have a mess. And right now I'm getting a bit of a mess here. Okay, so we want to put our ribbon. You can see on my finished card here. We've just got the ribbon hanging out there behind the banner just to give it some texture. So that's what we're going to recreate here. And to do that, I think what we could do is just grab a little bit of tear and tape. Just a little bit. And we're just going to put it over here, like right by these two legs right here. Okay. Jennifer, I love that. The mess builds and 2 days later I clean it up. I wish I could be like that, but I cannot. I'm always cleaning up as I go. I do have just a bedroom that I craft in, and so if I don't, it gets very messy very quickly. Okay, so there's our banner. And then for our banner, because our octopus is already bumped, we don't want to bump this guy like twice. So I'm going to put it on the end. And then, can you guys even see what I'm doing down here? Oh my goodness. Okay. We're going to put this guy up here like that, across here. Okay. Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, for the inside, remember we have this stamped. And then it's a birthday card. So inside we should have a little bit of a birthday sentiment or something, but there is no other sentiment that I wanted to use. We could use the I'd hug you with 8 arms, but I figured why not add a little balloon that's part of this octopus stamp set. So we'll stamp the balloon in Berry Burst, and then we'll stamp the fun little string. I just need to find it, bear with me. Too many things on this desk. This is why I clean up after everyone, because I cannot find things if I don't. Okay. Did I not put it on a block? I'm sure I did. I am sure I did. Did anybody see it? I feel like there it is right there. See, look at that, you guys. It was on the other side of the balloon. Balloons on this side, strings on that side. Okay, let's go ahead and add our little string here. There, we have our little balloon floating out of our sea foliage at the bottom there. We'll go ahead and attach that to the inside. And then we're going to add some bling, and then we're going to move on to card number 2. So I want to know what you guys think so far. If you're falling in love with this cute little octopus, or are you imagining things that you have in your collection that you could turn and use on here. All right, so here's our bling. I'm going to use these in color dots. And let's see, we're just going to kind of put them. I love to use like color on color. I don't know. I love bling, but I kind of like it like subtly placed, and I don't know. You do you, however you like it. Some people like a lot. I tend to stick to like 4 or less, and usually in odd numbers, but not always. Sometimes I break that rule. Okay, there we have our first card. Isn't he sweet? So again, if you're just catching us live, we use the current Thoughtful Octopus stamp set for that one. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those exact same consumable supplies that we had here. Get rid of some of this mess. Okay, and we're gonna swap it out. And for this card, I grabbed the Simply Sparkling Retired Bundle. So you might wonder, like, Denise, how did you come up with that one? Like, what was your thought process? Number one, I like to surprise you all. So I like to pick something that's maybe not an obvious choice. The other thing is, when I'm looking at the card, so let's grab the card we just made. When I'm looking at this, okay, what am I gonna use? I look at the main elements. I want something I'm gonna repeatedly stamp along the bottom, okay? For this, we can use the bubbles. I want a fairly large image that's kind of gonna go here. The soda can works. Then I want some little embellishments or some little fun things like the hat that I can use. So we've got all these fruit to choose from. And of course, then it comes to sentiment. And you could absolutely grab 2 different stamp sets. We all have tons of sentiments, but I like to try and keep it to 1. So we're going to use your So Delightful and Birthday Wishes. Now, full disclosure, I have not made this card yet. We're going to make it on the fly tonight as together. So that's just kind of a little look into how I come up with my alternate stamp sets. I look at the elements. I don't look like, oh, I have an octopus, I need an octopus. I don't do that. You could, of course, but for me, I like to just look at each individual element. Okay, oh, look at, I cut a second one right before the video because I couldn't find this, and here it is. Okay, so we've got our card base. Again, everything is the same. So pool party card base. We've got our insert. We've got our fun DSP that looks like water, and we're actually going to use the same side. It's going to work. And then we've got our scallop and our white scrap. So on our, now I will tell you ahead of time, I did cut out a whole bunch of these shapes that go with the Simply Sparkling, so we can just stamp on them and I don't have to have my big boss on the desk shaking it all up. So we're going to start with some Coastal Cabana. And we're going to use those bubbles I mentioned. So we're going to just stamp them. Actually, nope, Denise, you're forgetting a step. First, we're going to use our pool party. So tell me, guys, did anything I explained on how I choose a stamp surprise you? Was any of that like a new way of looking at things? Jackie, this one is not a template I currently have, but I am working on that idea, ladies. I think that is like going to be super fun. So what I'm thinking, if you didn't catch last week's, is I shared a little quick glimpse, of my sketch stack that I've created for myself. And what I want to do is recreate them and sell them to all of you, anybody who's interested. And because it's something I'm creating, I will be able to sell it down to the US as well. So get excited. That is in the works and it is coming, but I don't have it all completely sorted yet. Okay, so we're going to stamp these bubbles. So fun. Okay, so there's our bubbles, right? We could add in some green too if you want to. We could pick something different, but we honestly don't have to have exactly the same thing. So because we had on this one, right? I mean, this is a template. This is go make it your own. That's what's so beautiful about crafting. Everybody can see it and do it differently. So there's that. The inside of the card, I want to recreate a little bit, but this time let's add a little bit of interest. Let's add some pool party here in the corner as well. Just a little dusting. I'm not going to even add any more extra ink. And then we'll put our bubbles here. Okay, I'm seeing some comments that you guys are looking forward to this and that you like my inspiration and ideas. I did just finish getting my tutorial store relaunched, so you're welcome to head on over there anytime and look through those. You can look at them like we're looking at tonight's card. If you don't necessarily have the stamp set, maybe you can buy the tutorial and recreate it yourself. I'd love to see what you make if that's what you're doing. Okay, so there's our inside. There's our scallop. And then I've gone ahead, like I said, and I've cut out some shapes here. I don't know what we're going to use, but we're definitely going to use the little soda can. So I cut out two because, again, a little out of practice. It has been almost 4 months since I stamped with you guys live, aside from last week. So I just wanted to make sure if one didn't go quite right, we had another. So when I do this, I like to have my silicone mat so that the white paper is really obvious. And then I just ink up my stamp, and I have to just turn this light a little bit so I can see without hitting my head. I'm going to stamp on this white. I feel like that one got a little off center, but let's see how good it is. Yeah, it did. It moved because I moved. But you know what? It's not that bad. We can use that, right? I mean, we could, because I have one, we could try it again. Let's just see which one's better. I don't know. They're both pretty good. We can just use whichever one. All right, so we've got our soda can. So let's actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build this card as we go because it's new and we're just making it up as we go. It's easier that way. That's how I design. Believe it or not, I am one of those people who just glues things down, and then adds things until I like it, to be truthful. So I don't plan it out first. I usually am working from a sketch in my collection or something I'm working on, and I just start gluing the things down until I like it. And if I don't like it, I just keep adding things till I do. So, all right, let's go ahead. We're going to take this scallop circle, same as we did before. We're going to put it like centered. Okay, now here's where we're going to use our creative eye. So here's our soda can. Now what I don't like about this, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it's too white, right? Way too white. So let's get our sparkle pen in crisp cantaloupe, and let's just color a little dusting. I know you guys watching, a few of you anyway, that I know that have been following me for quite a while. I feel like I know you just through our comments. I love that. So I'm going to I know you love sparkle, so we're going to use some of this sparkle to quickly color this. And it does not have to be perfect, okay? You know, if we wanted a perfect colored look, I would have used my blends. I just want the sparkle, and I want it to be fun. So, and crafting should be fun. It should be relaxing. It shouldn't be pressure, right? To have it perfect. Okay. Maybe we'll do here too. Okay, what do you guys think? Sparkly little soda can. Okay, so that's gonna go there. Our banner's gonna go here. Now we need some fruit. We need some things to kind of like jazz this up a bit. So let's stamp a few things. We've got the cherries. We've got the strawberries. I should have done the peach. I was not thinking, but that's okay. I canned peaches the other day too. I haven't done that in a few years, but I found some here. And so I got to can peaches as well. Gail, I love using my stamp sets that are retired because I bought them because I love them. So why not continue to use them, right? We all have tons and tons of stamps in our collection, I'm sure. They don't always have to be the ones that you can buy right now. So let's stamp that. Okay, and then let's do a strawberry as well. And I cut extras of these too, just in case we need to. Maybe we're going to want more than one. Okay, now that we have these pieces done, oh, that's not a stamped one. Let's color them. Now I know we didn't use blends before in our octopus card. That's okay. We're going to use blends this time because we can. So I'm going to grab Berry Burst. Where's my Berry Burst? Right here. Right? This is Berry Burst? Yes. And we're going to have a Berry Burst strawberry. I know strawberries are usually red, not this pretty color, but we're crafting. They can be any color we want. But here's a true story. Today when I was out in the garden, I went to my raspberry bushes, which are brand new this year, so they're really not producing much. But there were a few berries on there that I had missed, and they were like this color. They were so sweet and delicious. I think, you know what, we're going to just keep with the theme, and we're going to do our cherries this color as well. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. I'm using this end that I don't even like. I prefer this marker end, or sorry, the paintbrush end over the marker end. All right, so there's our cherries, our strawberry. Now we're gonna pull in a green, so we could use Pool Party or Peaceful Pine just to kind of keep with our combo. Hello, Bobby, how are you? Nice to see you, thank you for joining us. Okay, so let's just add, this is quite dark. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking it was gonna be this dark, but that's okay, we'll make it work. Just adding a little bit there. We'll come in with the light. What do you guys think so far? What do you think this card's going to turn out like? I don't know. It's always a gamble when we're on the stamping on the fly, isn't it? Okay, now obviously we're not going to be able to color in our lime with that same color. So let's grab the lemon lime twist, just the dark one. And we're going to color this in here. All right. Okay, wonderful. There we have our little things colored, our little fruit. So now let's see what we're going to do for our sentiment. So we've got our banner. Now I did take the You're So Delicious. Or no, so I'm not so delicious. You're so delightful. Okay. Now we're going to stamp that in the middle of our, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's stamp it in the middle. Just like that. Does anybody watching have this stamp set in their collection? It's so fun. I actually did one of my creatively hatched classes with it when it was current, of course. And it was a really fun one. Okay, so here's our soda can. Let's take our ribbon. Again, we're using all the same consumables, paper, ribbon, embellishments, all the things. We're going to add some bumpets. I see somebody else commenting that's joined us. Hello. It's just showing me a username though, JG9090909. So I can't say hello by name, but hello and welcome. Okay. Let's see. We're going to do this. Okay. So here's our little soda can. We're going to stick that over here just like we did for the octopus. Then we're going to take our ribbon. Again, let's grab a little bit of tear tape. I'm going to stick that across here. Okay, we're going to stick that across our bottle. Our can, just like that. And then we're going to stick this across here. Okay, hold on a second. We're going to put this here. I want my bumpet to be here and at the top so that it's going to sit nicely. All right, then we're going to take this. Now I didn't banner cut this one the end, and that was intentional because it doesn't fit, right? I'm using the same style, it doesn't fit. It's okay, it does not have to be the same, right? Okay, so if I look at this right now, I'm kind of like, that's really boring. So we're gonna jazz it up. We're gonna add some of these fun little fruits and things. I don't know, even just doing that is so cute. I love it, you guys. Okay, so let's add our little lime here. I'm gonna put a bump it on this side right there. That way when I place it on here, it's gonna just sit nicely. And then our little strawberry, we're gonna put a bump it over here where it's gonna sit nice. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you're enjoying the video. If you are and you haven't already subscribed, please click that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified each time I'm live, then just go ahead and click that little bell and it'll notify you each time I'm live. Or at least that's what they tell me. Okay, so there's our little cherries. Oops. Like that. Oh, I don't like those there. Hold on, hold on. I'm just going to go up here like that. The strawberry's a little... Strawberry was crowding the words a bit much, and I don't like that. So let's put that over here. And now it's not stuck to anything, Denise. Okay, what's happening? We're gonna put another little bump it on the other side. What's happened is it stuck to the ribbon. So we're just gonna stick another bump it. You see what I did there? I just turned it and put another one in there. Okay, absolutely, Jennifer. It can be used for anything. This layout is so fun. Okay, let's just cut that off. Okay. Woohoo! What do you guys think? Isn't that sweet? All right, and then we're gonna finish it off by stamping on the inside. And there is another little sentiment. Remember I said birthday wishes? I'm always needing birthday cards. So we're gonna stamp this. And remember, hang on till the end because I want to share with you guys what's going on in my heart, on my brain, all the things, something I've got planned, and well, I'm hoping, and I'm very excited. So I want to see and share with you guys. All right, so there's our birthday wishes. I'm gonna put that on the inside. There's the outside. We're gonna grab some bling. All right, now I was looking for my take a pick tool. Take your pick tool. Okay, so this one, last time we put them up here. What if we put these ones down here now? I like it. I like it a lot. There, like that. And this one could go down here. You know what? I said sometimes I use more, and this one needs like a third one right there. Okay, what do we think? Okay, here we have it. Here is, let me make some room on this very messy desk of mine. We'll just push everything off to the side. Okay, so there is card number 2 and card number 1. Now look at that. Same supplies, completely different cards. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments which one you prefer. They're very cute. I really like both of them. So again, Thoughtful Octopus was what we used for the current card. And then we switched it out and used the Simply Sparkling for this guy. So this one's retired, this one's new. Bust open your stash, make it a little twisted, twist it up, shake it up, whatever, and use something not so similar. Okay, before we go, I want to give you a tiny little peek at a dream I have been kind of carrying in my heart for a while now. I'm gonna get emotional. Life is expensive, but being creative doesn't have to be, right? So I would love to build a welcoming community online where we use the supplies we have, we create together, we inspire one another, and feel like we truly belong to this community. Okay, does that sound like something that you guys would enjoy? And if it is, what kind of a thing what would you look for? What would you want in a community like that? Because I really do feel strongly that this is something that I would like to build online. So leave me a comment, send me a message, birdsnestdesigns@gmail.com if you want to send me an email. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. It's like I said, it's something that I really am feeling strongly that I would like to build. It's always nice to belong somewhere and to be encouraged and positive and be creative, right? And use what we have. So that's just what is on my mind. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And I will be back next week. I am not sure on the date, but I will post it in an email and let you guys know. So thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you've enjoyed both of the cards, and I look forward to stamping with you again really soon. Have a great evening. Cheers.